thank you for hearing me out and for sharing your tale as well. As well? Where did my country accent suddenly come from? Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Mystic Destinies, Serendipity of Aeons. We are here talking to our mother because we can't sleep because of everything that's about to be happening in like the next few seconds. I know that being in a completely different time than your own must be difficult, Michiko. How have you been doing? Not as badly as I thought. I mean, I am used to way more comfort and convenience in my life, and my clothes and shoes, and when I get to eat and when I want to know something. I probably got bruises all over from sleeping on the ground, but I don't really get views like these in Tokyo in my time. Oh, I guess it would have been called Ito now. That small fishing village. I guess it's nothing like that now. It's one of the biggest, most famous cities in the world. It has taller buildings than the eye can see, and at night the city sparkles. It's beautiful. Wow, it is somewhat hard to believe, but I think I am proud for Japan. You are lucky to live in such an incredible place. Yes, still though the buildings and lights are too tall, they block out amazing views like this one. So even though things are often uncomfortable, I feel like it's worth it if I get to experience such amazing things. I am happy then that it has been a positive experience for you so far. We lapse into silence again. I find myself experiencing a myriad of feelings, happiness at getting to be like this with my mother, but resentment too that the future Shizuka is much different. Shizuka turns to me and wordlessly looks at me for a few moments, but before I can ask her why, she begins to speak. May I ask you something, Michiko? Oh, go ahead. Why is it that you look so much like me? Oh no, it's not for the eyes. If it's not for the eyes, we could be called twins. Oh, do you want to know? Should I tell her? I look down at my hands resting in my lap, fingers gripping at the kimono fabric. Here's my chance to tell Shizuka everything, but do I want to take it? As I look at Shizuka, I realize that more than anything, I'm nervous to tell her the tale. Am I afraid she'll start being cold to me once she knows? I take a deep breath and begin to tell her everything. Okay, thank God. I didn't want them to give me a choice for once. I was deep inside my head, I was like, please do not give me the choice, because I do not want to do this right now. Everything about who I am and what she's done. And the deeper into the story I go, the more Shizuka frowns. So you are a homunculus, one that I created to be my daughter. One to push my powers onto, and she takes a deep breath and glances back toward her sleeping companions. The curse. You know about the curse. Shizuka looks up at the stars, not sky. Stars with a frown. Yes. I hold my breath and I brace myself for her reaction, but I couldn't have predicted it. I'm sorry for what I have done to you. I cannot fully understand my future self's reasons. But for you to continue to exist, to be able to come here and do all this, it means I must do it. She sighs and closes her eyes. We are locked in a time loop. There's no way out of doing it. So I must make my dream of having a daughter and twist it like this. My chest feels heavy at her words. Shizuka looks down at her hands. I cannot imagine why I would do such a thing to even consider it, especially after knowing you like this. She looks up at me with a smile, seemingly... Oh my God, my mom's crying! Endless tears falling from those oh so familiar green eyes. I want to say something, but I find that I have to choke back a sob of my own. If I must become a monster to bring you to your destiny. She looks so sad, my heart feels as if it's breaking, but she does not waver. If I must become a monster, then so be it. I will do what I must for you. Yeah, because if this Shizuka in this timeline doesn't do it, I wouldn't be alive at all. And then Hikaru will be woken up to nothing. Like, he'll be awake, but I won't be there. He's gonna be like, what happened? Shizuka pauses, and when she speaks again, her voice sounds so much smaller. And while I can, may I... She stops. Yes? Gently, I urge her to continue. May I call you my daughter and give you the love that I wasn't able to, even if only for now. Oh my God! My heart! That is the sweetest thing! I'd like to try it at least. Mom. Oh, I got chills. Oh, I wish you guys could see the goosebumps can... I don't know if you guys can see it. The last words remain unspoken. I can't yet bring myself to call her that, not quite. From your story, I would assume that the future me has not told you much about my past. I nod. Whatever the future you has told me about anything magical or yourself, it was only very brief during the ritual. I see. Would it be okay for you to tell you my story and past? Are you sure? Shizuka nods. There's so much background noise going on. I feel it's only right that you should know. You deserve to know. Then yes, of course, I would love to hear it. Mom! You look so pretty! Oh, the CG art is so beautiful! Look how, like... She looks just like a... Well, I mean, she is a goddess, right? Wow. Mom, you're so gorgeous. A gust of wind blows through, suddenly creating a delicate pink rain of cherry blossom petals. Shizuka, not Shizaki, what the heck? Shizuka reaches out, letting the petals dance between her fingers. I was born as the eldest child of a master swordsmith. My father was a very skilled craftsman, and I loved to watch him work. When I became old enough to be of any use, I loved helping him where I could. She chuckled sadly. My mother hated that. She wanted me to help around the house, to help with my little brothers. My father, he would always smile when he saw me sneak in to watch him work. Shizuka falls silent, her expression twists in pain. If it's too painful to remember. That's very kind of you, but it's alright. We're your family too. I only regret that all I can give you is my memories of them. My parents, they would have liked to meet their granddaughter. That I'm sure of. I feel a sudden sharp pain in my heart. My family. The very thought that I have a family somewhere now forever lost to time. People I would never get to meet, people that Shizuka had to leave behind. My brothers were all so different, and yet they all loved nothing more than getting into trouble together. Running off to explore around the village together. I would be the one who had to run after them each time. As time went on and I grew older, I met the son of a samurai. We were quite taken with each other, and as things went, we were to be married. The whole village celebrated our union, and I thought I would live a happy life with my new husband. But on our wedding night, my powers awakened. The moment he saw my suddenly green eyes, he screamed and grabbed his sword. I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't know why. I didn't want to die. Shizuka closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. Yo, your husband wanted to kill you because you had green eyes? That jerk. I was terrified out of my mind. I don't know how I avoided his attacks. I didn't know anything back then. I couldn't fight. So I just ran and ran. I ran through the village where the people who I once knew and loved suddenly turned on me. They all tried to get at me. They were throwing stones and calling me sorceress, begging for forgiveness from the gods as they attacked me. I was nearly out of the village when I saw him, my father. I stopped. I couldn't run, not from him, not from my beloved father. But father didn't attack me. He just hugged me so tight and cried. Father, he told me he loved me, that he always would. That I will forever be his precious daughter, and he told me to run, that he would tell everyone he killed me, that my body fell into the river and got swept away. I didn't get to say goodbye. The angry mob was getting closer. I had to run. Her voice becomes so quiet that I can barely hear her. I'm so sorry, Father. If I hadn't been born the way I was, I'm so sorry. Doesn't that mean one of the parents had to be also, like, some kind of sorceress to pass it down onto her, and she just got it delayed? Shizuka remained silent as tears continued to roll down her pale cheeks. In that moment, I realized that my own face has become stained with tears. It's then that I want to reach out to her, that I want to reach out and hug this sad, gentle woman who will one day become my mother. After I escaped what was my home, I wandered the lands trying to find somewhere safe for me to stay. I traveled at night, staying away from people where there were any. And one foggy night, I happened upon a shrine. Even back then, it looked as ancient as the mountains. I was greeted by the guardian of the shrine, Yori, though at first he appeared to me as a wolf. He told me that the place was called Shiki Shrine. He said that it existed between worlds and that it was a safe place for sorcerers and other forsaken creatures. Shiki Shrine is where I learned so much as a sorceress. I thought she said straight. I have the stupid webcam wire in front of the computer screen. I stayed there for a while before setting off to travel the world. Yori made me a special charm before I left, one that would help me understand anyone around the world, and so while I traveled, to help anyone who needed it. That's a cool charm. Can I have that charm so I can just go around knowing all the languages magically? Eventually, I made a name for myself. I made friends along the way. But due to a mistake on my part, I nearly died. No, I'm sure it was about to. I was with a friend at the time, and in trying to save me, I was cursed. The curse itself was not the intended result, but Shizuka sighs. I've always thought the curse might be of the permanent kind, and now seeing that I had to transfer it. I'm truly sorry for what I have done to you, and I am so very sorry that I will have to do it. Even with you here like this, I cannot change things for you. I'm sorry. I nod. As much as I would love for things to be different, I also understand. Looking at Shizuka, I can't help but feel sorry for her. I feel like I finally have the full picture of it, and I must admit that I can't really judge her. How can I possibly judge her after what I myself have done? Yeah, I'm just killing everybody in each time zone, so time lapse. Just for Hikaru, so he better freaking love me after this. Thank you for telling me. I think I understand things a little better now. Thank you for hearing me out and for sharing your tale as well. As well? Where did my country accent suddenly come from? As well. We fall silent once more, but it feels comfortable. And yet I still can't shake the unsettling feeling gripping at my heart. Mother? Yes? I feel nervous about what's going to happen with this fight with Suneka, especially because I know it's probably the cause of her anger later. I'm worried about Hikaru. It is possible that we may lose Hikaru, as unlike us, he is mortal. And how do you feel about that? I will do what I can to avoid losing yet another brother. A yawn escapes my lips, and Shizuka only gives me a little smile. You should rest while you can. Suddenly too tired to argue, I only nod. I get comfortable under the cherry blossom tree next to my mother. I quickly find myself falling asleep. The last thing I remember before slumber takes me is the feeling of a gentle hand stroking my hair, and a soft voice whispering, "Good night." That was really sweet. We got to know a little bit about our mom. Well, majority of our mom. 2 days left, guys. It's afternoon of my 8th day with Hikaru and Shizuka. We made it back to Miyazawa village, and it has finally come time to part ways with Hikaru's friend Sina. As Sina stands there looking like she wants to cry, I wonder just how close did the two become during Hikaru's stay here. Hikaru, be safe, okay? I understand if you can't come back to see me for a while, or even forever, but wherever you're going, I hope that you're always safe and happy. Thank you, Sina. I will do my best. I have people to protect after all, and I promise that I will come back someday as soon as I can. Sina gives Hikaru a hug, and he embraces her in return. I hope you make good on both promises. Sina and Hikaru separate, and Sina bows to both Shizuka and I. Thank you both for all your help. I had a lot of fun with all of you. Please take care of Hikaru. I hope you have safe travels. Sayonara! Sina's voice breaks on her last word, and almost immediately she turns away. She starts running down the path as our eyes follow her shrinking form. Hikaru stares after her, a deep sadness in his eyes. I wonder if he'll ever see her again. At least she's lucky that he'll always remember her. I'm trying to remember if she's ever in any of our time lapse. I don't think she ever was. After this, after replenishing our supplies, Hikaru, Shizuka, and I began our journey down the mountain towards Suneka. I picked up some more information on the situation in town, and dropped a little too. What do you mean? Did you find out exactly what's going on? I did. Apparently Suneka's lover has been killed. Tokyo? Suddenly everything makes sense. You don't get to even fucking touch him. You honestly thought I'd let you touch him after you let those disgusting humans get away with murder? You're the reason that I lost track of those who took him away from me. I mean, how? He was already, even in this time lap, he was already dead before we even got to her. You're the reason I can't avenge Tokyo. You can't possibly know the pain of losing the other part of your soul. So we're going to stop Suneka, who apparently thinks she's avenging Tokyo. I don't really know how to feel about all of that, so I asked Hikaru instead, what could possibly kill a god? But Hikaru shakes his head. I don't know the details, just that few that escaped her wrath have said that she was yelling his name. There are ways for gods to die. Not many, but other than being killed by another god, there are certain objects. So it is likely Tokyo was killed by another god or one of these objects. Okay, I gotta just double check on my time. The question is why? Thinking of gods killing each other, it's terrifying. So it is. I can't help but feel bad for Suneka though. She's in pain. But still she is hurting innocent people for it. I can't abide by that either. Hikaru nods. I agree, I pity her. But she is a goddess. So she should be using her power to protect people, not destroy them. Those people had nothing to do with Tokyo's death. It is likely this is a divine matter. But according to stories, Suneka never has seemed the most devout, kind, nor stable goddess. It is possible this event has broken her sight entirely. Going through a traumatic experience is losing someone who was the other half of her soul. Not all of us can get through painful experiences whole. We all grimly nod, no doubt thinking about our own past. Still, if she's killing people, then I get it. I get why we have to stop her. Where is she? Since she is a goddess, she can essentially travel anywhere she wants to. That is why I thought luring her would be the best solution. I put out some information that her lover's killer was hiding in a nearby cave. I do not know if it will work, but it is our only chance of getting near her. Yes, this cave is one I happened to find only by accident myself many years ago. It is said if you go inside, you will never come out alive, so hardly anyone visits it. I investigated and found out there is simply a seemingly endless dropout off inside. Sounds terrifying. Yes, but a perfect place to seal a goddess. Seal? Is that what we were going to do? Well, we unable to kill her. After I discussed it with Shizuka, we agreed this was the only option. So these two trapped her. So that's why Tsuneka always yells at Hikaru saying that he's the reason why she can't avenge her lover. Because they trapped her away. Who the heck killed him? Or what did they kill him with? I have no idea, but we gotta save. Because it's overtime. But my god. This is how they trap her? She fell... I mean, I can't blame her because her mind's a mess. And if she hears any detail... She's already at the peak of just killing anybody. Well, she's already killing anybody at this point. So she's not gonna think logically about all these false information. And she's gonna go to this place. Wow. I feel bad for her. Who the heck would kill him? Like, I don't think they were doing anything bad either. Because then they could just reverse it. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
의미 없는 감정 소모해 반복된 시도 속에 이젠 난 지겨워지려네 반복된 시도 속에